But tonight, a warning from the Better Business Bureau. Know who you're donating to.
Channel 5's Frank McCaffrey explains how some organizations that claim to be helping folks are actually doing the opposite.
Rafael Trevino runs a successful restaurant in Weslaco and is generally generous with his money. He's made hundreds of dollars in donations in the last 6 months for football teams. He's helped out students with scholarship donations in early college and provided financial support to local cheerleaders. Over the years, Rafael Trevino says he's always been willing to help. He feels good by giving. He also wants to help flood victims in the valley and those affected by Hurricane Florence.
We on our own eyes see the impact that caused this last flooding here in the valley, so we know how tough it is with a lot of people. I have family members of myself that struggle a lot with the situation, so we're always looking to help others.
Over the years, Trevino says he's been tricked by those he's donated to.
The little things here and there, so that made me a little bit more wiser on how to deal with that type of stuff.
Though Trevino knows most charitable organizations are run by honest people, he says it's pretty discouraging when you find out the money you're giving out isn't going to the people who need help. One search on the internet turns up dozens of hurricane and flood-related charities. Trevino says he doesn't always know if they're legitimate. It's pretty easy to set up a fake charity. All you have to do is something like go on Google Images and find a picture of a flood. Then you come up with a name. Let's call it Frank's Flood Charity. Then you give them your phone number. Then you print out your flyer, make a few copies, and you're in business. Then from there, all you have to do is hang up your flyer in a place like this neighborhood here in Weslaco, which has been damaged by the floods. Then sit back and wait for all those phone calls from good people to come in. Trevino says he hopes he can avoid falling for something like a fraudulent flood charity.
It's really hard not to always think that everything will be perfect, right, or that the people would do the right thing, but that will be more to their choice.
Channel 5 News reached out to the Better Business Bureau in Weslaco to ask what steps Trevino should take to avoid giving money to a fraudulent charity. Its president, Dolores Salinas, says disaster relief efforts are underway already. She says the first step for Trevino is to avoid making a hasty decision about where to donate.
We certainly recommend that you be very aware of any unsolicited calls, people calling for monies, and make sure you're not giving your money to someone that you don't know what they're going to do with it. And again, the best thing to do is make sure you do your homework.
Salinas notes one way to find out the reliability of a charitable organization is to search for it on the BBB website and see what grade it has received. Salinas says it's also always advisable for someone like Trevino to stick with credible and familiar charity groups such as Salvation Army or the American Red Cross. Trevino tells us he will take these steps to make sure his money goes to the right place. In the Channel 5 News studio, Frank McCaffrey, Channel 5 News at 6.